There's another universe. Please make some noise.
Hey my little raggities, what is up? How are we doing? How are we feeling? If you are new here, I am Raina Swan, aka your new book bestie, aka Big Raggedy, okay? Period. So today I am going to be ranking the 14 books that I read in August. This was not easy at all. I read a lot of good stuff this month, okay? And I'm not gonna dive too deep into each book because it is a lot of books, okay? And if you are new here, I do read a lot of physicals and ebooks, but I also enjoy audiobooks. So don't let the number freak you out. I'm not over here like a dungeon dragon. Like, I'm not just speeding through a gang of physicals. That's not what's going on over here, okay? So a lot of these were audios, some ebooks, some physical, but we got the job done, okay? So let's just get into this video. Okay. Coming in at number 14, we have, drumroll, Spilling the Tea by Brenda Jackson. Now this was a book club pick for my book club, the official chapter chat over on Fable. If you're not a member, just go join. I don't even know what you're waiting for. We're not gonna bite your head off. We just be over there cackling daily, having fun, doing what we like to do in this bookish space, okay? So what I liked about Spilling the Tea was the strong family bond that the characters had. What I disliked about the book was the 50 plus characters that were named in the book, because by the end of the story I didn't know who was who. I'm gonna just keep it real. I didn't know a thing, and I didn't know this was a book that was interconnected with other stories. But Miss Brenda said we could read it as a standalone, but then she had the nerve to have a damn it wasn't a family tree, but it was just like a map of all these damn characters in the beginning of the book. And I'm like, okay, I'm already confused. You talking about this person is dating this person, they done had these three kids, and that kid is now dating this person's child, and now that they done created this family. We are not here for all of that. Now, the overwhelming consensus was that we all said that this was like a 3-point something read or a 3-star read. I think it was only like one person was like this was a 4.5 or this was a 5-star read. I can't remember who it was, but they were like, yes, they enjoyed it and they loved the country aspect and all of the things. So yeah, it wasn't a bad book at all. I just had to pick an order, okay? So yes, number 14 is Spilling the Tea. Coming in at number 13, we have The Push. A lot of you guys love this book. You enjoyed this book. And I'll say I enjoyed it too. It wasn't a bad read at all. Like I said, I had a great reading month, so it was really hard for me to rank these, but I had to do what I had to do. While I love a book with creepy energy, I just feel like, one, there was no resolve. I feel like we didn't get any justice. I feel like things were just swept under the rug. I want to see the characters being wrapped up. And this is not a book that wraps up in a nice bow. I don't want to say it ended on a cliffhanger, but it's one of those books that is just, it's left open for you to imagine what you would want to have happen next, or what you think is going to happen next. And so yeah, I was just like, okay, like we just not gonna do nothing about this situation. We just gonna keep letting it play out. Okay, I didn't really like that too much, but yes, number 13. Coming in at number 12, this was a buddy read with Kim's Kindle Reads Follow my girl on Instagram. She be having all the thriller book racks, okay? She is the queen of a serial killer book, okay? If you want a good serial killer book, she got all the recommendations, okay? So yes, follow my girl. We read 10,000 Hours with the Rich Minutes. One thing Kim and I are gonna do, we're going to try to stick our pinky toe into a little urban fiction. And we're just like, what is going on? Like, I don't know where this story is going. The setup was a little bit slow. It had a few cute moments between our main character, and it was kind of like an insta love situation. There really was no build up, and our main male character was just hella weird. I enjoyed the moments where the two characters came together to get a little more personal and share like their personal experiences and things like that. But just all the back and forth sexual tension and weird, I'm gonna just say it. The man wanted to sniff her coochie every time he was mad. Yeah, you heard me. You heard me say it. It was just the weirdest shit ever. And so that's what threw me off of the whole book. So yeah, there, I said it. I just finished this book last night. It's a YA paranormal horror novel. That's a tongue twister. And it is called We Don't Swim Here. Okay, so the book doesn't have the best ratings when you go to find this book, but I wanted to read more horror by Black authors, so I came across this one and I was like, you know what, I don't care what them people are saying, I'm gonna try it for myself. It wasn't bad, it just didn't have the oomph that I wanted it to have. You have a young girl in her family who show up to a small town. The small town has a lot of secrets and rules and rituals, and this girl is kind of confused because she's like, what's going on with all these rules and rituals and things that you guys got going on? So of course she does her own digging and she finds out the truth. And while the truth was very sad and traumatic, it was a bit anticlimactic for me. I just wanted a little bit more. The ending wrapped up pretty well, but I don't know, it was just something about the execution that just wasn't as exciting as it could have been. I guess because it's YA, everything was just kind of mild. Like the horror elements were done really, really well, but I think for it to be labeled horror, I just expected more gore and more of an eerie vibe amongst a small town. So yeah, that came in at number 11. Coming in at number 10, we have this very strange book, Saving Noah. This was my first read by Lucinda Berry, and it won't be my last. This was a book that really left me not confused, but kind of just stuck, because I'm like, if I was the parent of this child, I wouldn't know how to act. And then if I was on the other end of if I was on the other end of things, I wouldn't know how to act either. I'd probably be in jail. But our main character, he is being accused of assaulting young girls while being a teen himself. And so you have this two-parent household that is divided because both of these parents are trying to cope with what has happened in their own terms. But that ending really upset me. And a lot of things were kind of left to your own interpretation. Like, for those of you who have read it, when I got to the scene where, you know, everybody had got their letters, right? We never found out what was in the letters. Like, it was just like, oh, everybody got their own personalized letter. And it was just like, okay, well, I wanted to know what was in the letter, because it seemed like he was, you know, a little freaky deaky, but it seemed like he could have been being a little freaky deaky with other people and not just them little girls that he had assaulted. So I don't know. It's just an overall weird book that you're just gonna be like, I don't even know what I would do if I was his mom, but like I understand like where this other parent is coming from, and I understand how these parents feel. It's just, it pulls at your emotions and you just don't know whose side to be on. So you just end up closing the book and being like, okay, well, I'm just glad that's over because I don't know how to feel. So yeah, that's number 10. We just gonna move on. So coming in at number 9, we have Red Clay by Charles B. Fancher, and I talked about this book before earlier in the month on this channel. Okay, so what I enjoyed about this book is the journey that we got to experience for one of our characters who was the head figure in his family, right? So I enjoy learning about his life and how he obtained his home. But one thing that really irritated me was how this Caucasian lady came to these people's front door and was like, hey, you know, my family used to own your family, and I want to tell you about your great-great-great-grandfather. And the black people was just like, yeah, sure, come on in, blah, blah, blah. So you mean to tell me this lady came in and told you all these terrible things and y'all was just kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya? Kumbaya, oh Lord, kumbaya? No, we about to throw them bows. We about to throw them things. It's about to be a what? Girl fight. Because you not about to sit up in my face and tell me you done did this. Granted, you probably is like 80, 90 some years old, but I feel like sometimes slapping an old person is necessary sometimes, you know, because they just be talking out their neck. Okay, my old ass auntie told me right after I had given birth, ooh, you sure have gotten big. Sometimes elders just be running their mouths and you need to just go ahead and check that jaw real quick. I know it's very fragile, but they'll learn a lesson. That auntie didn't say nothing else to me after I said what I had said. And I'm not going to tell y'all what I had said, but some stuff was said. Okay, so sometimes you just got to let people know. You're not going to play in my face. So we're going to move on because Red Clay pissed me off. That was number 9. Coming in at number 8 is I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter. Yes, I finished this book. If you are new here, I did a reading sprint on this channel where I blindly picked out 3 books, and this was my final choice. And I started reading it with y'all. Well, not out loud, but you know, I started it with y'all and I finished it and I enjoyed it. The topic of grief was done so well. A lot of the things that our main character was feeling felt so real. Like the author did a phenomenal job showcasing the different layers of grief and how people try to cope or suppress it until it just boils over. And not only that, they were able to layer the main character's sister's secrets really well, and how certain households have, you know, favoritism going on. So I think it was done really well. Some parts felt a little, okay, like you could have left that out. Like some parts felt a little silly, but I was like, okay, this is YA, so what do we expect, okay? But overall, I enjoyed it, and I'm not mad that I picked this to read. So I'm glad I finally got to it. So next up on the list, we have a mystery. It is called We Don't Talk About Carol. Now, our main character She finds a photo and she's like, hold on, this lady in this picture, she look like me. Who is this? And it was like, girl, we don't talk about Carol. So, you know, as the journalist that she is, she's like, no, we gonna figure this out. She gets to dig in. She is also dealing with fertility issues, and her husband is looking at her a little crazy, like, okay, you're getting a little too invested in this story, because the last time you got invested into the story, you know, we had to kind of like, you know, put you on a little 24-hour watch because you was, you know. I think the concept of the story was really well. I think it was beautifully written. I did not expect the plot twist that we were given. I thought I had it figured out, but I didn't have anything figured out at all. So I like when authors can trick me, because when I figure out a plot twist, I'm like, okay, I know how it's gonna go. But then when I get to the end and I realize I was wrong, I'll be like, damn, I was wrong. I still be like, okay, good. Like, you was smart enough to trick me or make me think that I knew where this was going, but I didn't know nothing at all. So yeah, that came in at number 7, and this was a buddy read with Kim and my girl Amber. She goes by Bookster on Instagram. Y'all make sure y'all follow her. That's my boo. Super sweet girl, super supportive. So yes, make sure y'all follow my friends. Coming in at number 6 is The Violent Conspiracy. And I know y'all are happy that I read this book and I can finally stop talking about it, because I kept talking about this book. But yeah, this book was everything that I thought it would be. Did it piss me off? Absolutely. And then the damn author gonna have the nerve to comment under my post after I gave it a little 1212 review on Instagram, talking about, I just know you loved Ray's mama. Why are you gaslighting me? You know I wanted to jump that lady. Like, you trying to be funny, and I'm gonna send you my medical bills for all my distress and trauma that you caused me. But this has heavy themes of racism, and it's gonna piss you off. The family dynamics in this book was trash. His family was terrible. Like, if you've read Hurricane Summer, the family in this book is up there with the family in Hurricane Summer. It was just so bad, y'all. Poor Ray got his violin stolen, and we find out that the violin is just worth more than what Ray thought it would be. They put a ransom on the violin, and it was just bad. Like, everybody wanted something from Ray, and all he wanted to do was play classical music. Now, I will say right off the bat, from the very beginning, I already knew who stole the violin and who was in on it. And sure enough, when I got to the end, I was right. So that was kind of just like, oh, boo. Like, boo. So yeah, y'all. It was a great read, but it was very heavy, and it made me mad. So yeah, that came in at number 6. Very great book, but like I said, it's gonna make you mad. Next on the list is Everybody's Girl, The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Moneybag Evelyn is what they call her. This comes in at number 5. We in the top 5, y'all. So Evelyn, honey, do you need that? Do you need that fade? I think you do. Like, I think you do. That ending pissed me off. Like, Evelyn, you was my girl till we got to this point. Evelyn enlisted the help of this up-and-coming journalist to create this memoir. The journalist, she like, I'm just a little old nobody. Like, why would you want my help? Evelyn like, girl, don't worry about it. I will let you know when I need to let you know. And she did. And homegirl was not mad enough for me. Like, we would have been in that living room throwing them. Okay, Evelyn would have had to press charges on me. She would have had to call security. She would have had to have life alert. Yeah, they would still be trying to pull me off of Miss Evelyn to this day. I would have had Miss Evelyn ass in a chokehold, fooling with me. So yeah, I think it was done really well. Now, one thing I did not like about this book is that the book focuses on Evelyn's forbidden love. I did not expect it to go that route. I thought we were gonna get more salacious moments with the 7 husbands. Like, I just did not see it going that route. I was just like, oh, is this what we doing for the rest of the book? Oh, okay. Like, but other than that, it was really good. Really enjoyed it. And yeah, I would recommend it. So yeah, check it out. Okay, so coming in at number 4, we have Happy Land by Dolan Perkins Valdez. Happy Land, and this cover is so gorgeous. I'm so glad I bought this book just for the cover. Actually, I did not buy this book. This was actually a gift. But I'm still happy that I put it on my wish list. I'm happy somebody bought it for me. Absolutely enjoyed the book. The beginning was a little shaky, very slow, but I loved seeing the journey of the people of the kingdom. I love how Dolan put her spin on what life could have been like for the people of that time. And I'm sure she did thousands and thousands of hours of research, because the way she wrote this out was amazing. Okay, the plot twist for present day and everything that they had going on was great. She had a lot to work with, and I'm so glad that she told this story the way that she did. She did a great job. She knows how to write a great historical fiction. She hasn't let me down yet. So yeah, if you haven't read Happy Land, get into it. If you tried to read it and it wasn't your thing, I would say pick up the audiobook, because that was really good too. Coming in at number 3, we have This Could Be Forever. And as a romance visitor, I will say that this was a very cute romance book, okay? I was not expecting to enjoy this at all. And I was not expecting for it to be so culturally rich. Like, we learned so much from our 2 main characters. The way that we got a glimpse into Raja's life, and with his siblings and his cultural norms and his cousins and his parents, and you know, all the things that they just did not understand about who he was becoming and how strict they were. I loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. I can't really name or pick anything that stood out to me that I was just like, I wasn't really feeling that. But like, yeah, I enjoyed it. I definitely think that this is a book that people should read. It's a very cute romance. So definitely check this out. So coming in at number 2, we have another historical fiction queen. This book is called The House of Eve by Sadika Johnson. Y'all, I was so mad it took me so many years to pick this book up. I don't know, I think the cover threw me off. I was just like, what the hell is this? But I gotta stop doing that. The House of Eve was done so well, y'all. And the characters in the book, they will break your heart, you know, really just make you sad. But the ending is so satisfying. I loved how this book was written. Like, she did a really good job, and I really be thinking, like, how did she even come up with this, girl? Like, how did she even know, like, to make these 2 stories collide? Like, granted, you know, a lot of these historical fictions be based on like things that have really happened in real life, so they have a lot of research to really dig deep and get their thoughts out. But this was a really good one. Coming in at number 1, we have the big dog herself, Miss Octavia E. Butler in her book Kindred. This is another historical fiction that is very heavy. Heavy themes of racism. And I'm actually watching the series on Hulu/Disney Plus now that they've merged streaming services. But yeah, Marcus and I are watching this on Hulu. We are absolutely enjoying it. And if you watched it and didn't read the book is a little bit different. And I feel like even though they canceled the show and we're not gonna get a season 2, if you read the book, I feel like it'll kind of give you, an idea of how the show would have played out, even though things in the show are a lot different from what's going on in the book, okay? Dana, she gets pulled back into the antebellum South to help this bad little boy, Rufus. Now, each time she goes back to help this little badass boy, Rufus, he's older, she's staying longer, and shit is not adding up. Okay? And so I really enjoyed this book. I ate this up, y'all. Loved it down. Okay, so if I had to pick the number one book for the month of August, it would be Kindred. And believe it or not, this was my first Octavia E. Butler book. I am very behind on the classics, so I gotta start tapping into them a lot more because I really enjoyed this book. And that is it. I read a lot of stuff this month, and I will say a time was had. Okay, and if you want to read some stuff with me so we can be here, we can be locked in, you can join my Discord group, Raggedy Reads. You can join me and my girls on Fable. Even if you're a guy, okay, you can join the Discord group. You can join the book club, okay? We're not gonna jump you. Join us, okay? So yeah, those are 2 ways you could interact with me. You could follow me on TikTok. I'll be posting stuff over there. You can follow me on Instagram. I'll be posting stuff over there. I have a series that I'm starting to do a lot more called Check It Out or Throw It Out, where I'm going to be letting you know if you should check it out or throw it out. So that's going on over on my Instagram. So yeah, lock in, follow your girl, and yeah, I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.